Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show No Filter, back with another crazy episode. Happy Monday. Hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. Let's get into this top of the week. Let's see what the hell we got going on. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. We in here. We got to see you in here. Good morning. Grandma Kathy. 5 minutes late. Kathy, you ain't early. I was just late. Had a last minute checking some emails and stuff. Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Danae. Desiree. You know, one of my favorite aunties in the whole world. Her name is Desi. Just so you know, one of my favorite aunties. Her name is Desiree. We all call her Desi. So every time I see your name, I think of my auntie Desi, who's actually only 3 years older than me too. But that's neither here nor there. Good morning, Danae. 64 San Jose. What's going on? What's going on? Angela, Lily, Reese, Felicia, Angelina. What is going on with everybody? I'm so happy to see everybody. Missed y'all for the whole weekend. Come on in here, y'all. Come on in here, y'all. We back. Let me let y'all know a few announcements. Last week on Friday, we had some technical difficulties because if you remember, I couldn't use StreamYard. You know, y'all my supporters, y'all my fans. You know, I'm transparent. I like y'all to know exactly what's going on. I use StreamYard along with most YouTubers use StreamYard as the software to stream, to bring you these lives. Sometimes StreamYard is down. Friday, StreamYard was down. When StreamYard is down, we have to make do. And I seen it was like some echo or stuff. And I guess C-Tuck it was a few, you know, the broadcast had a few fuck ups, let's just say. But I want y'all to know when you do a live show, we're gonna have those things. And I'm just the type of person that I want to try to bring y'all the show anyway, but I want to let y'all know we're gonna have to deal with that because I could, you know, like a lot of creators or just people, if StreamYard down or if it's down, they just don't go live. I always try to push through, so I'm gonna let y'all know I'm gonna try to push through, but understand by pushing through, sometimes some episodes we're gonna have some technical difficulties because the only option is either push through and have a few technical difficulties, or when I open my laptop, if StreamYard is down, then I just won't have a show, and I don't like doing that. I'd rather push through. But I need y'all to understand that comes with having a live show that you bring to on YouTube at the same time every day. I don't move it. I don't cancel it. We're going to push through. So I just want everybody to understand that because my only other option is if StreamYard is down, if we have too many, if people can't deal with the technical issues, then the only other option is for me to just not have a show on the days that StreamYard is down. And I don't want to do that. Like I said, we're going to push through regardless, but we have to understand when you have a live show and you're pushing through, you're going to have that. So I just want everybody to understand that going forward. Today with StreamYard is no problem. As you can see, we here live in the living color. And but I just want everybody to be clear on that. I don't want to be pushing through and then hella people complaining about the technical difficulties because, like I said, my other option is just not doing the show. If the software not working, I just say, okay, I ain't doing the show today. I don't want to do that. I always want to push through, even if they try to, you don't know what they're doing. I'm bringing the truth. They're going to always try to fuck with my live and fuck with the software. This is what they do, but we can't let it get to us and think that, you know, like, oh man, I can't hear, or it was too loud. Like that happens. Anyway, Thank you, Angelina. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out the way, y'all. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. A lot of Diddy news to catch up on. That disgraced Michigan coach who just got fired and lost his $30 million contract. We come to find out his name is Sharon Moore. Y'all know he's to give you a little quick quick recap about him. He had an affair on his wife with a staffer. And then when they found out about it, when he was outed about it, he went to her house and threatened. They said threatened with scissors and butter knife. And I don't know if he was going to unalive folk or what, but it's a crazy story. But come to find out, this dude was at Diddy parties. So we're going to get into that too. Yeah, my fucking Browns did what the Browns do. That was a depressing game. I hope your football team won. If your football team won, go and put it in the chat and brag. Right now, go ahead. If your football team won over the weekend, go ahead and put it in the chat and brag. I feel like shit because my Browns got totally destroyed. But we had a nice little fellas get together for the Browns game. So that more than made up for it because, you know, I love good times with good people. So that actually cushioned the blow because normally a Browns game like that would have me down in the dumps for about 2-3 days or at least 2 days. But I kind of felt good. I had my brother came over. Shauna's brother came over. And we had a great time, watched the game, and just had a little fellas talking. Really just 3 guys who don't get together like with guys that much like that. So it was a nice fellas night, and we're gonna have to do it again. We're gonna have another fellas celebration. Another fellas get together, but this time I hope our fucking team wins. And we might do it for the Cavs now, because the Browns, I don't know. Yeah, and then the Cavs lost the shot. I don't know what I'm gonna do. At any rate, y'all, we had a good day. But yeah, go ahead and put your team in the chat, man. If your football team won, go ahead and throw it in the chat. I'm allowing y'all to brag today. We definitely I'm not gonna hate today. So Elise says her Raiders got whooped. So she knows how I feel. So shout out to Elise for feeling my pain. Did your Seattle Seahawks win, Grandma Kathy? Oh, the Eagles won? Your Eagles won. Congratulations to your Eagles. 64. I'm going to just call you 64. 64 San Jose, if you want to tell me your name, so I don't have to call you 64, you please do. But if not, I'll just continue to call you 64 if you don't want people to know your name. Grandma Kathy, I guess. Okay, well, shout out to Grandma Kathy. At least your Seahawks won. Because my Browns didn't do shit. And I don't know if my brother watching the show or is just we on the same page, but my brother just literally texted me good times. Now, I don't know if he watching the show or if we just on the same wavelength. So I'm interested to know. Because a lot of time with my siblings and my mother, as soon as I talk about something, they'll text me or something like that. We had that connection. So I don't know. Luke, if you're watching the show, let me know. If not, we just talking about the same stuff. I was just telling the world that I appreciated our Fellas Day. So let's get into the news. First of all, before I start, because I want to start off with this connection with the Michigan State person and the Diddy part. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's see. So, also, I don't know if y'all saw Aubrey O'Day had a nice little article about how she said watching the Diddy doc sent her into fucking ER. Lady died. All right, lady died. So all we know, let me pass that on before I get into this mess. 64 San Jose is Lady. I don't know if it's Lady Di or Lady D. I'm thinking it's Lady Di though. So we're gonna try that and let me know if I'm wrong. Rob Reiner and his wife found dead in Brentwood home. Okay, we'll touch on that. Remind me that we'll get to that a little bit later, Angelina. If you could remind me, we'll get into a little bit of that later on in the show. So, like I said, Aubrey Day watched Aubrey O'Day, and you know that's the girl from Danity Kane who blew the whistle on a lot of the Diddy mess. She ended up in the ER after watching the Diddy documentary. I thought that was kind of like, wow. Like, damn. But you know, that's what trauma do to you. But let's get into this ex-Michigan State guy who partied with Diddy. This is a disgraced human being, man. I know that. Listen, imagine losing this guy lost. His name is Sharon Moore, coach of the Michigan football team. If you are a Michigan fan out there, I know you probably know all about this story and this guy, but this is crazy. So check this out. Sharon Moore threw his family and $30 million away. He was Michigan's head coach, and he cheated on his wife with his staffer, got her pregnant, paid her off, then broke into her house to try to kill them both after hearing he was getting fired. And now we find out that this guy is a Diddy. And I don't like it. But he sounds like a Diddy. That's crazy. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I tell a lot of people this. One of the biggest downfalls of men over the years, and see, I've learned this from my uncles. See, shout out to my family, man, because they prepared me, especially like the men in my life, they prepared me for success and prepared me for holding on to things that you work for as far as achievements, accomplishments. And one of the things my uncles always taught me is they said that, I mean, if you look over the years, even back to the old days, biblical times, up into the current time, if you look at the man and look at the men, 99.9% when a man falls from grace is because he can't keep his penis in his pants. And it knows he has something to do with a woman. My uncles preached this to me so much that as I became a grown man, one thing that I vowed that I'll never do, and it has never happened to this day, and it won't happen. I'm not losing what I built because I can't keep my thing in my pants. I won't do it. And I can say that with confidence. And my focus on just not falling down that trap of having to screw everything you come across, it allows me to destroy the competition of men that try to do what I do because I don't fall down that trap. Diddy, look at his situation. Look at this Michigan coach. I can say in confidence, look, I ain't perfect. I make mistakes like anybody else. But I'm gonna tell you one mistake I ain't gonna make. I'm not going to ever lose, and I'm telling y'all this right now, I will never lose what I built because I'm running around doing nefarious and secretive, crazy, freaky, cheating type stuff with women. I can say that with confidence because my uncles and pops instilled that in me to the point where that's all I pay attention to that. And so here's another story. This coach had everything that I'm working towards. He had a $30 million contract. He had a wife, kids, a great job, all of that. And it is all gone because he had to cheat and cheat on his wife and get another woman pregnant. It ain't worth it, man. Ain't no vagina worth losing everything, including your wife and your whole family. I'm not doing it. That has to be, I mean, do you know the regret that this dude has to have? And he definitely seems like the type that would be at a Diddy party. So let's go into this article from the Sun. Bad boy disgraced coach Sharon Moore from Michigan partied with Diddy years before arrest and faced 3 probes about conduct with women. The coach was charged with 3 criminal counts after prosecutors alleged he broke into his mistress' home and threatened to kill himself. Shocking new details have emerged about the activities of ex-football coach arrested for attacking his mistress. Now you got to attack your mistress and run around and do all because you didn't stay loyal to your wife, and all because as a grown-ass man, you still feel like you have to, I don't know, but it's such a problem. I don't know. Maybe guys can't help it. Maybe I'm being hard on them. Maybe I was just born different. I don't know. But I just can't imagine that, man. Like losing what you built and breaking the heart of your wife for some outside vagina, like as a 30, 35, 40, 50, 60-year-old man. What are we doing? That's what we doing? It's just, I don't get it, man. I'm just glad. Shout out to my Uncle Mar, my Uncle Mo, Big Hero, my dad. Shout out to them for really schooling me on that, man, because that's a very like important lesson that men need to know. Like, you might have urges. Every man has urges. Like it's part of life. But you can't let them urges, which are momentary things, destroy stuff that took so much time to build. You know, that a sexual act is like what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and it's over. And then that indiscretion that may have took you 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, has destroyed and will destroy things that you have built that have took years to build. And I'm not even talking about just material things or man-made things. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about trust. I'm talking about all of the things you build up with your partner. It takes years to build up. I just don't see the value in something that's a 15, 20-minute act to destroy all of that. Like I said, maybe I just was, had good uncles and that really drilled that in me. But I think just as men in general, that's one of our biggest issues. I mean, it's not that I think it's one of our biggest issues. It actually is. And so I just hate seeing time and time again one of my fellow men losing everything they built because they have to do this outside crazy, Diddy shit. I mean, because I know how much work and how hard how much work people put in to achieve stuff, and it's not easy out here. So it's just like, man, it's like I feel for you, even though I know, you can't get no sympathy to people who, make their own bed and lay in it. But it's just like, damn, man. Sharon Moore was 39, portraying they have pictures of this guy partying with Diddy years before he was fired from his $5 million a year role at University of Michigan over an inappropriate relationship. Everybody who has attended a Diddy party, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people that attended the Diddy party are getting belt to ass in 2025. There was a time when it was prestigious to be invited to a Diddy party or to say that you were at a Diddy party. Now, nobody wants to admit that they were ever at a Diddy party. And if you were at a Diddy party, you are being exposed these days. Like, seriously. It's just funny how times change. I remember people would give their left arm to get invited to a Diddy party. Now, people are trying to keep that shit hush hush. And it's almost like anybody that went to Diddy parties, those were like so many evil spirits that the evil spirits are just following you around these days and lurking. And everybody has to pay the piper. So let's continue in this article from The Sun, y'all. The dad of 3 has also faced 3 separate investigations into his conduct towards women. And he's been outed for his behavior towards an OnlyFans model who he is allegedly flirting with on social media. The ex-coach was arrested, charged with 3 criminal counts after prosecutors alleged he broke into his mistress's home and threatened to kill himself with a butter knife. Years of alleged shady behavior by Moore have come to light in the wake of his firing and arrest. A post from 2018 has resurfaced showing Moore hanging at a Diddy-hosted party. Moore bragged on X about attending a special Kentucky Derby party hosted by the now incarcerated music producer. What a great week in Paris. Such a blessing to be a part of the Michigan family. Off to the Ville for the weekend to enjoy the Kentucky Derby festivities. A trifecta hosted by Diddy tonight to start it off. Can't stop, won't stop. He posted this in 2018. Now, I don't know what this Michigan coach was doing at a Diddy party. I don't know what he was going to, at least said, what was he going to do with a butter knife? I don't know. Maybe make a banging ass sandwich. He was probably, the only thing you can do with a butter knife is spread the fuck out some butter on your toast. Or butter knife is just good for spreading stuff like butter on toast, mayonnaise, mustard, stuff like that. I don't know if you can quite unalive yourself with it. I mean, I'm sure you can if you work hard enough. But like Elise said, what the hell was he gonna do with a butter knife? I don't know. But Diddy parties have been running amok on everybody. And anybody who has been caught at a Diddy party seems like they are just having the worst luck, I guess. I don't know. At this party, Coach said, did he put on a show? I'm sure he did. This coach said, did he put on a show, y'all? The University of Michigan had allegedly looked into the coach's actions with women separate time throughout his 8-year tenure, according to the New York Post. The coach was also recently rumored to have been flirting with OnlyFans models, fitness influencers, and he was married the whole time. See, this is the shit that make the rest of us have issues. You married and you messaging and flirting with OnlyFans models and fitness, and you don't need to be married. That's how I feel about that. But hey, that's just me. Just be yourself. Just be with yourself so you can get wild. Why you got to be married Why you gotta be married to do all this, man? Like people just, I don't know. Work, I just ain't working that hard, man, to throw it all away for nothing childish, bro. That just ain't, that just not gonna, I don't see that. That doesn't compute in my brain at all. This shit, life is too hard. Achieving whatever success you want in life, whatever you're reaching towards, that shit take too much work. I'm not throwing that shit away for no stupid ass reason. Like, no, too much work. Too much work. Article continues. Responding to bombshell news of his arrest, the OnlyFans model said she wasn't surprised that because he was all in her DMs trying to risk it all. He was all in the DMs trying to risk it all with OnlyFans models and influencers. She didn't share the screenshots, but said she had plenty of receipts. Moore took on the head coaching role in 2024 and signed a 5-year, $30 million contract. The school released a statement. University of Michigan head coach Sharon Moore has been terminated with cause, effective immediately. Following a university investigation, credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. This conduct constitutes a clear violation of university policy. And we got commercials popping up of universal policy. And University of Michigan maintains zero tolerance for such behavior. I don't blame them. You can't be a head coach of a storied franchise like the Michigan State Wolverines, even though I hate Michigan State. I mean not Michigan State, I'm sorry, Michigan Wolverines. I hate Michigan. I'm an Ohio State fan, Cleveland boy, so you know it's a law that I must hate Michigan football team. So I don't hate your fans. I don't hate you Michigan people, but I must hate your Michigan team. But you can't be getting $30 million and working for a storied franchise like that and running around putting your little itty bitty ditty everywhere, at every hole you can find. Moments before Moore was publicly fired, he was taken into custody, allegedly being involved in an assault investigation. A 911 call reported a woman. Everybody knows about this infamous 911 call. Reported a woman allegedly being stalked and attacked by a suicidal Moore. And they ended up charging him with third-degree felony, home invasion, misdemeanor, stalking, and misdemeanor breaking and entering without breaking. Now, if you was to ask this guy Moore right now, was that outside affair worth it? I'm sure he would say, hell no. And he don't even get the rest of his money. His contract is voided. He doesn't get the back. He just lost it all, man. He just lost it all. Lesson here, so many lessons, but the first lesson is stay your ass away from a Diddy party. It's bad luck, and everybody who goes to a Diddy party is just too damn freaky for me. You know what I mean? Way too freaky for me. Did they find the Browns University shooter? I don't think so. I haven't seen anybody as of late. Yep. As C Tuck said, he was the first black coach at Michigan. And it's sad, me being a black man, C Tuck being a black man. It's just really sad for one of ours to be one of the first at a school that, for whatever reason, never hired African American male before this. They hire your ass, and you go out with in a blaze of disgrace, not a blaze of glory, but a blaze of disgrace. See you later, Lily. Lily is off, y'all. Lily is off. Have a great day. Great day. Thanks for stopping in. We know it's always a pleasure seeing Lily in the chat. Elise said, I kind of think it wasn't his first time. It was not his first time. In other Diddy associated news, what Aubrey O'Day, what sent her into the damn what sent her into ER after seeing the Diddy documentary? This is from Blast, Yahoo Entertainment, Blast publication. Aubrey O'Day says watching Diddy doc landed her in the ER as it left her sick and vomiting all night. Aubrey O'Day explained that watching the recently released Netflix documentary detailing allegations against Sean Diddy Combs triggered a severe physical and emotional reaction. According to the singer, this landed her in the emergency room and forced her to miss the reunion of the Danny Kane show. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all know, but Danny Kane is back doing a reunion tour. If you are a Danny Kane fan, you know Danny Kane from back in the day on Bad Boy. Y'all know about all the controversy, but they are back on the road, and best thing y'all can do and anybody can do is support them, get tickets, and shout out to them for getting back on the road. But anyway, Aubrey O'Day missed it. She was in ER. She was close to Diddy throughout the whole making the band thing. O'Day opened up about the emotional toll that watching the documentary has put on her. The former Danny Kane singer who participated in the documentary explained that seeing the film re-traumatized her as it felt like she was reliving her past with the embattled rapper. According to TMZ, O'Day noted that the situation was so bad, she was rushed to the emergency room as she experienced a couple of debilitating symptoms, including vertigo, fever, dizziness, migraine, chills, and vomiting all night. What did Diddy do to this girl allegedly? I mean, I've heard about this, but it's you had to do a lot to a person when all of this happens when they watch the documentary. Vertigo, fever, dizziness, migraine, chills, and vomiting all night just by watching this documentary. Fuck. That's sad. Watching everything from Netflix unfold publicly, seeing parts of the world I only knew from inside my own limited lens was like living it again, she says. But this time with the context and truth outside of me, O'Day stated. She continued, I didn't think it would traumatize me the way it did, but watching the pieces line up from a distance outside of myself has felt like my nervous system was reliving everything with more clarity than I ever even asked for. The singer had to sit out Danny Kane's reunion show in LA due to the documentary. The sudden illness forced O'Day to skip the Los Angeles stop of Danny Kane's reunion tour, leaving fellow members to perform. Several members were gone, and it left only two that were able to perform on certain shows. She expressed heartbreak over comments from social media users telling her she should have developed thick skin and go ahead with the show. Damn, the world is cruel, y'all. Y'all hear that? She going through all this, and because she missed the show, she got people in her, fans, and I put that in quote, and other people saying you should develop thick skin, and it's no sympathy for her at all. And that's just the world we live in. Like, I mean, y'all see my comments. It's funny. I see millions of trolls, not millions, but so many trolls in the comments. man, the world is full of people who are hurt. And the only way they can deal with that hurt is they try to pass that hurt on you. And it doesn't work at all for me. I tell people all the time, I'm not here for you. I'm not here for nobody. Let me tell you, I'll say it like this. I want to treat everybody the way I want to be treated, but I don't give a damn about no negativity that you say about me. I love who I am. I love the way God made me. I wouldn't trade any of it for the world. I am not perfect, but I'm more than enough. More than enough. So I don't give a damn of what nobody say. I'll hear what you're saying about your criticism. I'll hear it, but I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't get caught up in it because guess what? I'm not living for you. I may be living and we may be friends. We may have a family relationship, friendly relationship, but I'm not here to add up or for you to feel like I'm what I'm supposed to be. I'm not here for that. I'm here to be the best person I could be, make the best effort I can be. Make the best effort I can, and let the chips fall where they may. So I'm always amazed when people are like saying the worst shit or feel like they have to. It's almost like people have to criticize you to make themselves feel better about themselves. So I tell people all the time, don't waste your time on me. I'll listen to you, but I don't give a damn. I'm 100,000% secure in who I am. And I want everybody should think that way. Like, do the best you can, man, but don't let other people's opinions beat yourself up. Because guess what? When you telling me what I ain't or what I need to do or what I'm not doing or whatever you dissatisfied in, I feel like you taking time away from fixing your own fucking problem. Because we all have issues. We all have problems. We all go through things. But the minute you get to pointing at me or just pointing at people and acting like you got it all figured out, then you taking too much time away from solving your own shit. And me, I tend to focus on my own shit when it comes to character development and all of that. So I say all that to just say it's just we live in a world where meanness is in people, or people have to criticize just like how they criticize Aubrey O'Day. And you just really have to take it with a grain of salt and understand, like, what's that old corny say? Or I don't want to say corny, but that old saying, hurt people hurt people. It's true. And all I could do is give you my outlook. Like I said, that's why I tell people all the time, if you have a gripe or anything against me, feel free to share it, but don't think I'm about to get caught up with it, or don't think I'm going to take it to heart, and don't think I'm about to put too much emphasis on it. Because remember, what you saying about me is, I always remember, it's coming from a person who is just as imperfect as you are. Let me say that again. 10 times out of 10, that criticism is coming from a person who is just as imperfect as you are. So if they got enough nerve to feel like they need to talk down on you or say you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that, I just laugh in the inside or smile in the inside, because I'll be saying, this motherfucker think they perfect. That I would never. Hey, look, I don't want that burden. I don't never want to think I'm perfect, because it makes you deal with other people in a way that where you shouldn't be dealing with people like that, because in your mind, your egocentric mind, you perfect, and then everybody around you got issues. In your mind, I don't ever want to be like that. So I just had to make that announcement, just because after reading this Aubrey O'Day thing, just to see that when you going through stuff, it's people like that just don't give a damn on the internet. And I see them. And like I said, I can read the comments all day long. And I read the comments all day long, and it don't bother me one bit. But I just look at them and be like, man, and now I see why some people, get real, like, suicidal or just angry at the world. I see it because, man, this world is full of a bunch of people who got their own issues, but for some reason they want to project their shit and feel like they got to tell somebody else what they should or shouldn't be doing. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Like I said, I look at I get trolled all the time in the comments. Man, man, why don't you trim your beard? Yeah. I don't give a damn. You think I care what a stranger's saying? It's hard for me to give two shits about people that I know when they get to hating too much. I'm damn sure not gonna care about what no stranger's saying. But like I always tell them, thank you for tuning in. But that's just the world we live in, man. And it's sad, man. And I really feel for the people who can't put it in perspective and really take it to heart, because those are the people, like I said, that end up, suicidal or just end up closed off to the world, because some people just get burnt out from all of that, man. From all of that criticism and all that judgment. And it's like, I feel for those people, man. So hold your head up high and remember, whenever you hear somebody talking shit about you or bringing you down or whatever, just remember that you're doing them a favor by not holding up the mirror to them and telling them about all the shit they need to do. You're doing them a favor. You're doing them a favor, and be happy with doing them that favor. I could never don't get caught up in the pettiness. Don't do it back. Let them talk. Let them feel like whatever it is they feel like they're accomplishing by saying what they're saying. Let them say it, man. Let them say it. Like I said, just realize they just as imperfect as you. The only difference is they want to talk shit. That's the only difference. Two imperfect people, but one of them, for some reason, needs to talk shit about the other one. That's the type of world we live in, y'all. Don't go for it. That's called the old banana in the tailpipe. And I ain't gonna let nobody in the flow community go for it. Work your ass off, be the best you can, but past that, don't let them get you off your off track, man. Focus on what you need to be doing and the many blessings that you do have, and you will have a better mindset and a better outlook on life in general. But and today it's like, I hate talking about sad news, but some stuff you had to talk about. And see, Tucker probably know, there's been hella murders in Cleveland. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if it's because of holidays, people are depressed. But we got man fatally shot on West 50th by a rapid station. Nobody knows why he killed, why somebody unalived him. He's just at the rapid station trying to make his way home or wherever he was going. Next thing you know, he's dead. Then they just found a man found deceased behind a vacant house. 47-year-old Carlos Haynes was found deceased in a garage behind a vacant home, West 98th Street. Cause of death unknown. A teen was shot in the back on the east side of Cleveland. It happened in the kitchen. Nobody knows what started. Just a deadly shooting. 4 men shot, 1 dead on the east side. Early yesterday morning. The shooting happened early Sunday morning, approximately 3 a.m. outside an after-hours spot on East 93rd. 4 men were shot, and 1 man pronounced dead on arrival. The victim, approximately in his 20s, was found with a gunshot wound to his head and chest outside the doorway of the establishment. 3 other men with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds showed up at 3 different hospitals, stating they were shot near the location as well. No suspects have been arrested. In East Cleveland, a woman of the other victim explains what happened. A 17-year-old Jameer Peak situation. Jameer Peak is a hero who gave his life up for her niece that was stabbed by this woman 3 times in her back. He had courage to step up and help his friend, not knowing he would lose his life himself. The woman is the one who instigated the fight. She tried to make my niece fight her daughter again. My niece didn't want to fight, so they proceeded to jump her. When she stabbed my niece 3 times in the back, that's when Jameer tried to help her, and the woman turned around and stabbed him in the chest, which took his life. They say this guy was an intelligent young man on his way to being something great, and he won't be able to live out his dreams. Why? Because of the evilness that I've been talking about on this show. We just living in an evil world right now, and y'all got to be safe, man. It's just wild. At least said it's the cold weather, is it? Good. What's up, Lindsay? Lindsay been at the gym. Yeah, it's not just Cleveland, no. And I'm only speaking on Cleveland because I live in Cleveland. But it is everywhere, Angelina. Angelina says it's not just in Cleveland. It's all over and spreading like a highly contagious infection. And I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know what it is. This is just over the weekend. A woman, this is over on the east side. SWAT arrived to the location to apprehend a male with a warrant. While outside the location with the house under surveillance, officers heard weapons. During the incident, upon entry of the residence, the male was found dead on arrival. A woman stated the male was wanted after he allegedly broke into his girlfriend's house and shot another male multiple times. She stated the male is currently in the hospital. Just crazy, 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 crazy news. And like Angelina said, this is all over the place. This is not just in Cleveland. This is just the life, the life and times that we're living in, man. I don't know what to say, but mental health and everything. Oh yeah, Angelina said taking away them foods. It's just a combination of everything. Desi says that's why I recently moved out of Melbourne. It's every single day around where I was living. Yeah, that it just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. More people need to just go to the gym. Hey, Tahara, glad to see you still pushing through. In the chat, she said, everyone have a blessed day. Love to you all. At least said it feel like low 40s in Cali. Low 40s. Sheesh. That's freaking crazy. All I can say is encourage everybody to stay safe and stay out of these people's way. It is fucking ridiculous. I mean, like for real. So what at this part, I saw y'all had a couple things. Give me something y'all want to discuss in the chat before I forget. I saw a couple stories that y'all were talking about in the chat. What can somebody put in the chat? Hey, it's cold as hell here. Shit, it's 12 degrees right now. Just to be honest, y'all, it's 12 degrees right now in Cleveland. Like 1, 2, 12. Oh, the Bondi beach shooting. The Bondi beach shooting. Anybody heard of that? Let's check it out. Angelina says the Bondi beach shooting. Oh, it came up. As soon as I typed BO, it came up. So let's see what she talked. So Angelina, this is brought up one of our best and biggest community supporters, Angelina. Coming from CNN, she said the Bondi Beach shooting, suspects in killing of 15 people at Bondi Beach named as real life hero bystander identified. This is a situation where they said at least 5 people have been killed and 27 are in hospitals after a shooting at Sydney's Bondi Beach yesterday. Country's worst in almost 30 years. A bystander who wrestled the gun from one attacker has been identified and pictured as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who refugee parents had just arrived from Syria. The victims, the attack declared a terrorist incident targeted Jewish Australians. Those killed were aged from 10 to 87. Wow. Imagine being, I mean, this is bad for everybody in every age. But at 87 years old, you have survived a long time. And to get taken out at 87 by a gun, it's just ridiculous. 87 years on this planet. And at that point, you ready to die of old age, and you don't make it to die of old age, you die from a gunshot. You don't even think as 87 years old, you don't even feel like you're gonna be anywhere where it's gunshots or you can get hit by a bullet. It says here, one of the victims was a Holocaust survivor who died while shielding his wife from bullets. That's a hell of a husband right there. No, he going to heaven. No, he went straight to heaven. When them bullets hit him, took him out, you know God gave him the express elevator. For a husband to dive in front of bullets for his wife, and he was a Holocaust survivor, it's sad, but that guy's a hero. Now, I wish they would say, well, I'm assuming the wife lived. They don't say anything about if the wife lived or not. That's why sometimes in these articles, they don't complete the story. If you're going to tell us about this husband that dove in front of bullets for his wife, can you at least let us know that the wife is okay, which I'm assuming she is, but I think they missed the boat sometimes. The suspects in this Bondi Beach shooting, a father and son duo, identified by 50-year-old Akram and his 24-year-old son. The younger man was born in Australia, while his father, who was unalived at the scene, immigrated to the country in 1998. So it's bad enough you an old ass man, 57 years old, 50 years old, running around blasting folks, but you done influence your son to do this, to be the same piece of shit. Hell ain't hot enough. Hell ain't hot enough for people like that. So they say as a result of this Bondi Beach shooting, they are going to put even more restrictions on gun laws. On guns in Australia, which they already are pretty strict. So I don't know what it seems like Australia in a minute, they might just outlaw guns. Desi says the son was linked with ISIS and the dad had the gun license. Wow. Okay, so the 87-year-old was the Holocaust survivor. Okay, wow. So the 87-year-old dove in front, man. That's a hell of a husband. Now, see, that's the difference between the husband, like the Michigan father, the Michigan coach who cheated and flirted and did all type of stuff on his wife and had an affair, got women pregnant, lost his job and his $30 million contract. That's one kind of husband. And then you got this type of husband, 87 years old, diving in front of bullets to protect his wife. That's some shit. Hey, that man, he not here. He not here to accept the flowers, but he deserves some flowers. That's some true love. He said, you ain't blasting my wife. So shout out to that 87-year-old man. Out of all this horrific story, at least it's good to see. But that's another point. You see, he 87 years old. They come from a different era, and I try to be as old school as I can. But I think husband and wife, and the vows and what you're supposed to do. I think for the people that's like 80 years old, they live in a whole different time than what we living in. It's rough these days, y'all. It's rough these days, y'all. What about what else? We got time for another one. I saw y'all talking about either we could touch on this Browns University shooting, or if y'all got something else in mind, throw it in the chat. It was just a lot that went on today. I mean, over the weekend, and most of it was sad. Rob Reiner. Angelina said Rob Reiner. Did y'all hear about Rob Reiner? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard about the Rob Reiner situation. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard about it. If you ain't heard about it, hey, look. If you ain't heard about it, here you go. Let's do it. Okay. So Rob Reiner. Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle are found dead. The Los Angeles Police Department said it was investigating an apparent homicide at the Reiner's home. The couple's family said they were heartbroken by this sudden loss. Here's the latest. Investigators in Los Angeles searched for clues on Monday in the deaths of the director Rob Reiner and his wife, the producer Michelle. Singer Reiner has as tributes poured in from Hollywood across the nation. The Los Angeles Police Department said it was investigating an apparent homicide. After the couple were found dead in their home in the upscale Brentwood neighborhood. On Sunday afternoon, the Reiner family confirmed the deaths through a spokesman. A son of Carl Reiner, a pioneering television comedian, and Estelle Reiner, an actress. Mr. Reiner, 78, became a popular sitcom actor himself before directing a slate of beloved films, including This Is a Spinal Tap, When Harry Met Sally, and The Princess Bride. He went on to become a force in California and national democratic politics, championing gay marriage and other causes. Miss Reiner, 70, was a photographer and later producer. Police officials said officers responded to a death investigation at the Reiner's home at about 3:40 p.m. local time on Sunday, yesterday. And that's when they found the two bodies. They did not identify a suspect on Sunday, but said investigators were trying to get a search warrant for the home. Late Sunday night, Brentwood was quiet and the streets were empty except for a cluster of police cars and news vans near the Reiner's home. The authorities had both ends of the block had yellow tape. I don't know what happened to this. What the hell happened? What happened to them? Are there any like theories to what happened to this couple? Anybody in the chat, like, is there any theories about what actually happened? That's a sad story, but prayers to them as a victim. And I definitely want to give Grandma Kathy and the rest of you guys David, the singer David, get an update. I haven't really spoke on that case in a while. It's just been the same information being regurgitated. But the last I heard, they were making an arrest, but it's not David. They months after the body of Celeste has been found. This is from Vice magazine. Things are similarly getting intense. However, police reportedly set to make an arrest. According to TMZ, one female witness has been uncooperative. In response, LA Deputy Beth Silverman is calling for the arrest of the unnamed witness. The outlet states that the witness is represented by attorney Evan Jennings, notably Jennings represents Robert Morgenroth, David's manager, who testified for about 3 days. She was planning to ask the judge to issue a body attachment. This would force the female witness to testify before the grand jury. Apparently, the female witness was supposed to show up, but never did. Silverman said to be visibly frustrated. She expressed cause for having law enforcement taking the woman into custody and bring her to court. So I don't know what this unnamed witness knows or what is she scared for, but wouldn't it be crazy if some female who doesn't want to speak is arrested before David is even questioned? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm hoping like y'all. I hope they just build a strong case and try not to get too caught up, not trying to jump the gun. But they looking to arrest this woman, but they haven't did anything with David. Yes, please like the live, y'all. Like the live. Please like it. If you haven't liked the live, please like the live. It helps the algorithm. Angelina, as she said, we need more likes, y'all. Please go hit the like button and support your boy. And that video, just so y'all know, the video of mine that 50 Cent posted on his page of me talking about that there are more charges coming for Diddy, and this Neil guy is really really got something up his sleeve. Neil is somebody who allegedly works for Diddy, but also works for the feds. But just to give y'all an update, the video is still cooking. People are still hitting me up like, oh, I see Diddy. I see 50 Cent posted you. So the video on 50 Cent's page of me, y'all see my big ass head right there, is at 5.5 million views. So shout out to y'all for blowing that up. As comparison, it's pretty much one of 50 Cent's top view videos. It's a couple videos higher than that, but not many. And so, hey, shout out to y'all for blowing that up. And people are still hitting me up like, did you know 50 posted you? Oh, that's great. I appreciate the cosign. And it's funny because that exact story that I reported about, the trolls who came in my comments talking about I was making shit up or I didn't know what I was talking about, they all disappeared once 50 posted and actually co-signed from the horse's mouth. That felt good. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That felt good. That felt good to be getting co-signed straight from the horse's mouth. When I always got to hear people talk, you doing it for clicks and views. Do I look like I'm doing something for clicks and views? I do it to be the best. I don't do it for clicks and views. My thing is, if you are the best in your field, you will get what's coming to you. So I don't do stuff for clicks and views. It was just so rewarding to see 50 posted it. Stay thirsty, my friends. You got to stay. Yeah. Yeah, Toom, they gone. It's like once 50 posted me, Toom and everybody got the hell out of here. They were like, damn, 50 done co-signed this guy that we be saying making up shit. 50 would not, if I was a type, not even just that post. If I was the type of person who was just sitting on the internet making up shit, 50 would not have posted my video. And now I'm not just speaking on that particular video. If I was on the internet making up shit, 50 would not have co-signed me and put my video up. So that's a drop mic moment for me. I'm someone who everything I do is, yeah, I showed him for real, Grandma Kathy. That was a drop mic. It don't get no bigger than that and no more of a Diddy documentary cosign than the person who dropped the documentary posting inside information and theories that I came up with or that I figured out. Think about that, y'all. The person who put out the documentary posted my video recapping what's going on behind the scenes and what's going to happen and what's the fallout going to be behind it. It don't get no bigger than that. So if you don't know that I'm the best doing it right now, if you don't know by now, you ain't going to never know. But I know one group of people that know, and that's the Flow community. So shout out Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all of y'all for holding me down all this time. And that was the moment where I was like, everybody who been holding me down, this is for y'all. Because there ain't no bigger cosign than the actual person who put out the documentary co-signing me as a journalist covering the shit. And that just felt good. And so definitely, y'all, it feels good. Everything I do is on purpose. It's intentional. Even down to the way that, I come to you how I am. I don't try to come and feel like I got to be all made up. But see, what people don't realize is the reason I deliver my content so natural how I look, natural whether I'm looking my best or I'm looking my worst, I still bring y'all the content. You know why? Because y'all come to me for the content. Y'all don't come to me for a fucking fashion show. If you're looking for a fashionista, that's a whole nother page. I don't care about getting all gussied up. Because guess what? I'm the best at what I fucking do. So when you see, it hit harder when you see the success and the views and the impact I'm making. When I come on, when all my content is just natural, I'm just a natural person. It hit harder when you see like, damn, this dude, no shirt on. They ain't even got a fresh haircut. He ain't even put on his best outfit. Yet and still, he's at the top of his profession and kicking everybody else's ass. And that same person, without a fresh cut, without his best outfit he ever could find, that same person made his way to 50 Cent's page of damn near 40 million followers. And so I like bringing it natural because it hit hard. It's like, damn, this dude ain't even trying hard when it comes to the vain physical stuff. Because he the best at what he do. And I know one thing about it, as long as you're the best at what you do, you can look and present however you hell. All I know is the other podcasters, YouTubers, content creators, they know who the fucking best when it comes to this Diddy coverage, and don't nobody ever better forget it. Shout out to the Flow community. We about to get the hell out of here. Let's get to our mouse in the chat. Oh, it's definitely my signature look. It's my signature look, Angelina. And I love that you have understand. And it's all intentional. It's all intentional. I love it. I love that a person look and say, damn, he must be good at what he do, because he not even on this thing trying to impress. I'm impressing with my content, with my brain. I want people to focus on my brain and what I'm bringing y'all. I don't want people focusing on how curly my hair is, or none of that type stuff, or how cold my beard lineup is. I want people focusing on this dude brings the best information with the most entertaining way, better than anybody else doing it. That is my goal. Let's get the hell out of here, y'all. C Tuck says, I'm out. Have a safe and wonderful day, everybody. Oh, I will be wearing one of my shirts, Grandma Kathy. Okay, hold on. Before I get out of here, y'all, Grandma Kathy says she has sad news. She will be having a total right hip replacement surgery January 14th. So let's definitely keep Grandma Kathy in our prayers. And I've definitely heard that the hip surgeries these days are 10 times, 100 times better than they were even just 10 years ago. So I hope that makes you feel a little better. I think they've got they've come a long way with hip replacements. And you should be fine, Grandma Kathy. But you know, one thing you can say is we will be right here with you as you go through the process. And as always, y'all, I think that's a good note to leave out on. But yeah, you're gonna be good, Grandma Kathy. But as always, Angelina say, new hip, who this? Go ahead, Grandma Kathy. As always. See, there you go. I'm glad. Here, go here. Grandma Kathy, you might need to hear this. See, I'm glad this is what the community is for. Who is this? Teresa says she's had her hip done. It will be a piece of cake. So Grandma Kathy, don't even worry. And like I said, I've heard that. I remember back in the days, hip replacements were terrible, and they weren't good at them. But these days, I heard they're like what Teresa said. I heard they're a piece of cake. So you'll be fine, Grandma Kathy, and we're gonna hold you down, and we're gonna make sure they do what the hell they're supposed to do. And as always, I love y'all. But I'm out.